Hello and welcome to round 2, race 2 of the New South Wales Formula Vee Championship. This is a quick race. Unfortunately, the safety car came out about maybe halfway through it. Someone got beached in a dangerous part of the circuit, so we finished it out under the safety car. But it did provide a few laps of awesome racing. I got pretty lucky here on the start. All of the front pack moved to the left side of the track and just left the outside completely open for me, which was fantastic. So briefly I'm up into third place, but you'll see it in a sec. I get a red light on my dashboard which tells me that I've got low oil pressure, and after the race we checked it and actually found that oil pressure dropped to 0 for about a few seconds, and so I backed way off. I probably could have held fourth. I don't think I would have held third off for very long. Yeah, so it really put me on the back foot with these guys, and I'm still suffering for it down here, even though the light's well gone. So I just managed to hold on to this place by going deep under brakes into this new section. Yeah, that oil light's pretty much the worst thing that can possibly happen with the engine. I mean, they say only two things can kill this engine. One's low oil pressure and one's too much temperature, and yeah, so seeing that light stay on for a while is not good. It's crazy, but to get a new engine in this category can cost $10,000 to $12,000. I don't even understand. It's too much money. So I'm really not interested in blowing that up. Anyway, I'm finding myself sort of in a similar position to the last race. I'm in, I think, 6th now, and I'm chasing number 80 again. Yeah, except this time I've got, I think it's number 64? No, 85 chasing me as well. So it ended up being a bit of a battle between us three. Once again, I find myself chasing him onto the front straight, and able to get a good toe off him again, but probably going to still have that valve bounce issue that I had last time. I mean, we didn't make any changes to the car between the last race and this race, so well, in fact I definitely will have that. It's too bad because the engine is so great apart from at the very top end, and in fact the top speed is only down maybe by a kilometre an hour or two on everyone else. Just managed to slide my way past him there after he locks up the left front brake. So now I'm up into 5th position again, and I'm just trying to catch this front pack. Pretty quickly I get onto the back of them actually. I was feeling this was about as comfortable as I felt all weekend. I actually didn't get a particularly quick lap in this race, but I definitely felt very comfortable in the car. It's kind of funny because in the next race, the last race, I didn't feel very comfortable in the car at all, and yet I managed to put in my fastest time of the weekend, so I don't know how that works. Unfortunately, the guy in second just dropped oil all over the track, and so that's why everyone's going off around me. I kind of peeked my nose up on the inside of number 3 here, but that wasn't going to work. So I'm playing it pretty safe here. I'm driving at maybe 8 tenths or something. I'm just trying to keep it pretty cool because I know that the track's going to be a bit slippery after the oil was dropped. And so I back off very early through here because it's a treacherous corner when it's slippery. And because I take it easy, I get such a fantastic exit. So I crossed the line in 3rd there, so I can say I was briefly in 3rd place. Instantly lose it to number 85 there. and almost lose 4th as well. Brake pretty deep into the second corner again. Just go absolutely side by side beside 80. Again, I'm finding myself fighting him. He kept me pretty close to the inside of the corner there, and that's why as soon as my front right hit the harsh curbs, I lost the front end of the car and knocked my front wheels with his rear. But luckily there was no damage, and managed to just hold off number 3 there. I don't know what it was about number 80, I just always ended up fighting him. In the last race, I forgot to mention actually during the race, he did beat me by about 1/1000th of a second, so it was really, really close when we crossed the line. And in fact, when we pulled into the paddock afterwards, we both hopped out and compared the position of the transponder in the cars just to try and find out who will have been registered as coming across the line first, because it absolutely looks like we were side by side when we crossed the finish line. So I guess his transponder must be just marginally further forward than mine. Once again, I come through this final corner side by side with someone, and it just doesn't benefit me because I can't take advantage of the tow. So earlier on in the race, I noticed I could kind of get down the inside of this guy down into turn 2. I decided against it that time. When you're racing close with people like this, you kind of learn what where their strengths are and where your strengths are, and you have to just try and take advantage of their weak places on the circuit while not letting your weaknesses kind of get to you or give them the upper hand. There must still have been a lot of oil on the circuit, because you can see a fair bit of evidence of people going off and dust flying and things like that. You can see the lens has gotten pretty filthy. It was actually a lot worse on my helmet than it looks on the lens here, because the lens is so close to where the camera sensor is. It kind of sees through the fog. Like when you close up to a chain link fence, you can just see straight through it, but if you're at a distance, you notice the chain links. So it's kind of like that on the helmet visor as well. You notice droplets and fog and oil and things like that to get on it. Didn't do too well there actually. I let the car slide far too much coming through that final corner, which meant that I was a bit far back when we all got onto the straight. But by the end of the straight, I was starting to get a really good tow off number 80 again, and he had a tow off number 85, and we were all kind of about to make a move on each other. And then off the left there, you can see the safety car board was out, so that was it, all over. We followed the safety car around to the end of the race, and I think I finished 5th in this one, so it was a good result, and it was a really good race. So yeah, thanks for watching.